At the moment I'm throwing away many old electronic circuits from the past, and in fact it's better to put them into a museum, but I don't have so much room. So perhaps YouTube will be the museum from the future. Here all these electronic units, an overview, and let's see what the manufacturers made in the 1980s. There are typical indications. This, for instance, is Western Germany, 1980s. Modules from a classic cathode ray tube color television. This is the typical way the Germans in those days made their electronic units. Also with pins, so you could take them easily out and replace them when they were defective. This is Japan from the 1980s. Typical way they made their circuits in those days. I think it's an amplifier or a cassette deck, because I find here two very long switches with many positions, and in a cassette deck always many positions have to be changed for record and playback. This is the typical way how they made electronics in Japan in the 1980s. And the back side here resembles somewhat to the Philips circuits from those days, but they were more compact. Sony transistors here. Here we have a typical circuit from Eastern Germany, the DDR from the 1980s. They used components that sometimes looked somewhat obsolete, but the quality from these components is very good. This is, I think, an IF amplifier or so, don't know that exactly. Anyway, and here the typical way the Philips units were made for classic cathode ray tube color television sets in the 80s. And they could easily be interchanged because of this kind of pin connection. And they were slided into an aluminium box. So I think very interesting. Before I take them apart, here again, German way of making television units, Western Germany, Eastern Germany, and here also on all these units in Germany there was a description what it was. So for instance, this was a color unit, a color driver for a cathode ray tube color television set, and here an horizontal oscillator module, etc.